Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top story, an incident at a Bradenton daycare that left a 1-year-old child with multiple bite marks has now led to an arrest.
ABC 7 first told you about the investigation at Jay's Bright Learners Daycare last week. Now, one of the employees there, Casey Burke, has been charged with child neglect. Investigators say she left the toddler unsupervised for several hours that day. ABC 7's Adam Cellini is joining us live from the daycare with more on how this could have happened. Adam.
Scott and Haley, good evening and thank you. I am here in Bradenton. We've been out here by Jay's Bright Learners for most of the day. Relatively slow day for them. A few parents coming in and out, dropping off kids, picking them up. But we have been told that Casey Burke is no longer an employee here, and there may be some other repercussions as there are currently 2 ongoing investigations into this daycare, one by the state attorney's office and another by the Department of Children and Families. Shocking photos of a boy covered in bite marks after spending a day in daycare has now led to the arrest and termination of one of its employees.
She is the only person charged. That's because it was her responsibility to supervise those children.
In the arrest report, Casey Burke and others explain exactly what happened on August 29th. That day, Burke was responsible for approximately 5 to 6 infants. After putting them to sleep around noon, she left and spent a large amount of time in another room with her niece and other staff members, only peeking in to check on her kids.
And it's one thing if you go get a drink of water, you go to the restroom, but this was an extended period of time where she wasn't in charge of these children, and that's when the biting took place.
According to the report, when Burke heard the child crying later that afternoon, she did not respond, thinking it was a different child who cries frequently. When another employee finally did respond around 2:30, they found the boy with several marks caused by another child he was with. Thursday, that staff member from the report declined to comment further on the incident.
I'm not allowed to talk about it, but thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you.
The child's mother has now hired an attorney who advised her against making any more public statements at this time. But on Facebook, she writes, "The woman who neglected not only my son, but all the toddlers in her care has been arrested. This is what I've been fighting for justice." Now, in that report, the staff member also told sheriff's deputies that the child who did the biting is no longer a client here at the daycare. We did speak with a family member of Casey Burke's today, and he said, and I quote, "It's just too open, too up in the air right now to say anything." Live in Bradenton, Adam Cellini, back to you in the studio.
All right, Adam, thank you. Now to a developing story in Manatee County. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office investigating a murder for hire plot. Deputies say a woman may have hired an undercover detective to carry out the plot against her ex-husband. Sheriff's Office has not released yet any names or of those involved or further details on the crime.
The city of Venice has fired its finance director after just a few months on the job. Walt Pierce was fired after a probationary period without cause or a right to appeal. As finance director, Pierce was responsible for the city budget and money management. City manager Ed LaValle approved the termination and says Pierce was overwhelmed with the large city budget.
He tried and we tried, and the sophistication of this department is a little bit challenging between the enterprise funds, the grants management function, and procurement. So that department has a big umbrella, lots of challenges, and we just felt it was in our collective best interest to move on and try someone else.
Pierce was just hired by the city of Venice in May. He arrived just in time to have input on the city's 2016-2017 budget. The city will begin looking for a replacement immediately.
The Amish and Mennonite Pinecraft communities in Sarasota County will soon have more room for visitors. Sarasota County Commission unanimously approving plans for a new hotel in the heart of the Pinecraft neighborhood. The Dutchman Hospitality Group needed the zoning changes in order to move forward with their proposal. The Carlisle Inn will be built behind the Der Dutchman restaurant on Bay Vista Street. Once it's complete, the 4-story hotel will include 103 rooms and will also have an off-street parking lot. There's no word yet on when construction will begin. Doesn't look like a new hotel will go up on Longboat Key anytime soon. Last week, residents voted down a referendum that would have allowed a developer to move forward with the plan to build the North End Hotel and Beach Club along Gulf of Mexico Drive. The developer says at this time he does not plan to continue pursuing the project.
For the third year in a row, Sarasota County residents ranked population growth and development as their top concern. Those are the results of an annual Sarasota County Citizen Opinion Survey conducted by the University of South Florida. The survey found those who were top concerns for 28% of residents. That's 7% higher than last year, sparking a debate about what smart growth looks like.
This new survey shows that people, much more even than a year ago, are concerned about traffic gridlock and the bad impacts that uncontrolled development can have on our quality of life.
We don't want to stop growth. When you stop growing, you die. So we want to grow, but we want to maintain the unique, wonderful characteristics of Sarasota, and we want to create a vibrant community.
The economy was the second most cited concern in the survey, coming in at 7%.
There's a lot of new building everywhere you look.
You see cranes just about everywhere.
Yeah. Well, all those people come here because of our great weather, and today not so bad, a little drier than we typically see this time of year, Bob.
That's right, and not many delays for construction sites today as a result of pretty nice weather throughout most of it. Now, there are some showers around, and we are starting to see the first lightning strikes, too, in South Sarasota County. Get a look at the radar picture. Pretty quiet throughout most of the afternoon, and then this easterly flow is now starting to butt up against what we have a little bit of a sea breeze developing, but more so just the heat of the day causing these showers to cool and condense. The rainfall starting to occur near Inglewood, also near Venice, and places to the north and northeast of Northport. Now, all of it associated with a little bit more moisture coming back into play, but that dry air that's been around for the past couple of days has been lingering on into Thursday. We were expecting maybe a little bit more return to some tropical air, but that has not happened as of yet. Right now, we have partly cloudy skies. Look at that temperature, 94 right now. Well, much more on the weekend weather coming up pretty quickly in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Sarasota County earning a top honor for continuing to bring in sports competitors from around the world. The county's Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resources Department receiving the Excellence in Sports Tourism Award at the Florida Recreation and Park Association Annual Conference in Orlando. Around 80 sporting events were held at Sarasota County facilities last year, which brought in more than $33 million. Athletes from around the world are coming to the Suncoast to take part in competitions at Nathan Benderson Park, the renovated BMX track, and other top-notch facilities we're really lucky to have around here.
Yes, we are. And it's bringing a lot of, speaking of that economic growth story that we had, it's bringing a lot more people to our area, too, and more hotels popping up.
Yeah, those two, because they're needed. Yeah, definitely.
ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, just some small losses across the board on Wall Street today.
Haley, you're exactly right. And maybe the big news of the day, which really isn't big news, is the NASDAQ did not set a new record. The NASDAQ had been up for 4 days in a row, including all-time record highs both Tuesday and Wednesday. Small loss today, no new record. Apple weighed on the Dow. Apple, of course, yesterday had their big reveal, and the stock today was down by more than 2.5%. So I guess investors were not terribly impressed. I'll leave that to others to decide. And as far as the day was concerned, we were down all day long with a low of the day of minus 79. Nowhere near that number at the close. Let's take a look at the figures as they stand. There you see the Dow fell by just 46 points, exactly 1/4%, closing at 18,479.91 on volume of 689 million shares. Down for the NASDAQ, and that's unusual, down almost 0.5%, 24 points, closing at 5,259.48. That on volume of 1,606 million shares. The S&P makes it a trifecta, down just over 0.2%, not quite 5 points, at 2,181.30. Well, we've got another edition of the Internet versus mega stores, bricks and clicks as they're called. Well, today, I'm afraid Barnes & Noble announced that they had lost more than $14 million in their fiscal first quarter, which ended at the end of July. Same-store sales were down by more than 6%. Total sales were down by almost 7%. Now, interesting, the stock has been up by more than 30% so far this year. Obviously, that's not the case today with the news. The stock was down by 4%. And, of course, the battle with Amazon.com, that 800-pound gorilla, continues. And right now, it looks like Amazon just might be winning that battle.
On a lot of fronts, that's for sure. And you've got some news on Chipotle and Google.
Yeah, Scott, you can't make this stuff up. Believe it or not, the two of them have formed a joint venture, and they have already started at Virginia Tech. They are delivering burritos by drone. Yes, burritos by drone at Virginia Tech. And from what I understand so far, it's been a big success.
Burritos on a college
I was
campus?
going to say that's
Yeah.
like a shoo-in. You know that's going to work out.
Exactly right.
All right, Richard, thank you.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, NASA's risky plan to track down an unstable asteroid, what the space agency hopes to learn from this 7-year mission.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, later in Health Smart, the alarming number of deaths among triathletes. Which portion of the race may be the most risky?
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Ford Florida Homes.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Bring your measurements this Saturday from 9 to 4 to get huge discounts. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Get ready, college football fans. When you buy a $5 or more Fantasy 5 ticket and enter your team's drawing, you could win great prizes like team merchandise, tickets to your team's games, and other bowl game experiences. You could even win a championship weekend prize pack in Tampa or $10,000 cash. Fantasy 5 from the Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
The official salon of ABC 7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Temperatures on the Sun Coast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
After getting criticized for not meeting with the media enough, Hillary Clinton held her third press availability of the week.
Today at the airport in Westchester, New York, Clinton responded to questions about last night's forum where she and Donald Trump appeared. Clinton spoke first last night. She used today's press conference to answer some of Trump's statements. She blasted the GOP nominee for his condemnation of American military generals and his praise for Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Last night was yet another test, and Donald Trump failed yet again. We saw more evidence that he is temperamentally unfit and totally unqualified to be commander-in-chief.
She announced she is convening a meeting of bipartisan national security leaders and experts, including some former Bush officials, to discuss how to intensify efforts to defeat ISIS.
Less than 2 hours from now, NASA is planning to launch a rocket-fueled spacecraft from Cape Canaveral to track down an unstable asteroid. The spacecraft, called OSIRIS-REx, will be aiming for the asteroid Bennu. The probe will orbit the big black rock, vacuum up some gravel, and then haul that sample back to Earth so scientists can study it. The entire quest will take about 7 years. NASA has gone after comet dust and solar wind particles before, but never pieces of an asteroid. 8,000 people are expected to be at Cape Canaveral, including the boy who named the asteroid. Mike Puzio of Greensboro, North Carolina, won a naming contest in 2013. The launch is set for 7:05. That's when the launch window opens. We're hoping for some good weather. Now, this asteroid, late in the 22nd century, apparently, could potentially threaten the Earth.
Wow.
So they want to learn as much as they can
now
about it. Yeah. 150 years away.
Yeah, it's good to take
We
care of
won't be
things.
here,
Look
but,
to the
you know.
future. Make sure
Yeah.
you prepare for everything, right?
Yeah.
We're preparing in the future for maybe a little bit more rainfall coming
Yeah.
our way over the upcoming days. And we're looking at a nice afternoon for the most part. And then showers starting to move into the Venice webcam. You can see the clouds kind of thickening up a bit, and a few passing showers have already made their way through. Now some in Osprey and also near Northport. The activity not all that intense, but we are going to see a little bit more of summer. It looks going to hang on. Temperature 94 degrees right now, and looks like approaching record highs. Moisture returns for the weekend, and watching two areas now in the tropics for the possibility of those turning into a tropical depression or even storm over the next 5 days. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. You can see that rain near Osprey heading down near Nokomis, and Venice has had a few brief showers, more developing into the interior portion of our viewing area and then moving off to the west. So we can expect these periodic showers at least for the next couple of hours. There's been a few lightning strikes with one or two of the cells indicating there's some vertical development here up into probably 30 to 40,000 feet, but no severe weather around at all. Now near Osprey and US 41 South Bay Drive all the way to Casey Key Road. Some showers moving through there. Not much in Manatee County right now, but there will be some more developing. That's where the drier air is. High pressure still in control over the southeast. And with that high pressure ridge there, we'll see temperatures stay in the low 90s with that east to southeast wind flow throughout much of the day. Winds are calm now, though. The pressure 2998. That is somewhat high, but it's been falling throughout the morning. And as far as the satellite and radar review goes, all these clouds that you see here associated with a low pressure, a tropical line of low pressure for the most part, a tropical wave. It's getting sheared apart, so no serious worry about it becoming anything significant over the next day or two as it moves in toward the west. Now, there are two areas out here in the Atlantic. One has just kind of popped up here over just to the east and northeast of the Lesser Antilles. The National Hurricane Center not giving it much of a chance to develop. Even if it were to develop, it would move off toward the northwest. And then this one, poorly organized, but a rather large area of showers and storms out here in the Atlantic right now. And this is expected to develop into the next storm. The next storm's name would be Ian. And here's the kind of the forecast. Now, this has been kind of interesting. It's been shifting for the past couple of days now. About 2 days ago, it had this up into the central Atlantic. Now, it's more on a westerly course. And in 5 days from now, it could be somewhere over the northern Leeward Islands, as well as all the way into the Atlantic. So there's a lot to be said about this one. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Most of the models take it off into the central Atlantic in time. But for us, that dry air I mentioned still kind of hanging on a little bit more in place this afternoon than anticipated by a lot of the models. So the rain not all that widespread, but a little bit more shower activity around. Tomorrow, you'll notice a little bit more east to southeasterly wind flow, and that will bring our humidity up somewhat. We'll also see better chances for showers and storms in the afternoon and evening. And then Saturday, look for similar conditions. So we'll keep a pretty good chance for some rain, mainly late in the day, both on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe the timing changing a little bit on Sunday as a frontal system approaches the southeast. But satellite and radar review showing some activity down south, spreading all the way down to the Florida Straits. Not much going on over North Florida. For boaters, winds will be out of the east, switching to the north at around 5 to 10 knots. So not bad out there. Seas running 2 feet or less. A light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now 84 degrees with a UV index of 10. So it will stay high on Friday, and 89 for area beaches. That's the high temperature there. Low tide at 11:51 and sunset again coming just after 7:30. Isolated showers this evening, partly cloudy, rain chance at 30%. Tomorrow, mainly afternoon and evening storms. It will be warm, highs in the low 90s. That's above average high right around 89. The extended forecast calling for pretty good chances for showers and storms both on Saturday and Sunday, but not a washout. Mainly in the afternoon and evening, we'll see that heavy rainfall. And morning should be okay. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There's a crash on State Road 70 near the entrance ramp for I-75. This crash is in the eastbound lanes, but it's not causing any backup right now in that area. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In Health News tonight, when competing in triathlons, statistically, 1.5 people die out of every 100,000 people who participate. That's 2 to 3 times higher than the death rate for marathon runners. According to a study published in BMJ Open Sport and Exercise Medicine, more than 72% of triathlon deaths happen during the swimming portion of the race. Researchers believe the culprit is something called immersion pulmonary edema, or IPE. It happens when a person quickly gets into water, especially if it's cold. That causes the body to take blood from the extremities, and it may force fluids from the blood in the lungs, leading to difficulty breathing and sometimes death. A new study is small, but is raising hope that a new drug can fight a particularly deadly form of pancreatic cancer. And unlike chemo, it seems to do so without the side effects. Researchers at St. George's University in London have found an immunotherapy drug that extends the lives of patients with metastatic pancreatic cancer. In the trial, those who received a standard chemo drug survived about 4.5 months, while those who received this immune therapy as well lived for 7 months, with some living more than a year and one for about 3 years. There could be a connection between air pollution and Alzheimer's. Scientists at Lancaster University in the UK say they found an extraordinary amount of magnetite, an iron oxide toxic to the brain, in the brains of a few dozen people from Mexico City and Manchester, England. Magnetite does occur naturally in human brains. In these cases, there were 100 times more magnetite particles from sources such as car exhausts and power stations. Magnetite has been found in higher concentrations in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. Coming up, middle school students welcome a slithery and scaly classmate in South Florida. Plus, a couple's happiness is caught on camera to replicate a romantic film, and the entire world is sharing in their joy on social media.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
The Operation KidSafe Florida Regional Child Safety Days are coming to the area. Parents get a lifetime digital safety record of their child, tips to start a family safety action plan, and a document that's ready to handle law enforcement in an emergency to help start an Amber Alert. Totally private for your family, and thanks to Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood, it's also totally free. September 9th and 10th at Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood, 5921 Florida 64 in Bradenton. Only available at the Lakewood location. More info at Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood Facebook page.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
A Florida yacht owner is in hot water after crashing a 72-foot boat onto a beach.
Yeah, that boat ended up along the shore on the Palm Beach Inlet. Police say the owner admitted he was too drunk to navigate it to the inlet. No one was hurt and the yacht has been removed. The driver has been charged with boating under the influence. Police say his blood alcohol level was about double the legal limit.
A wild gator wants to become friends with some middle school students in South Florida. Police captured a whopping 11-foot, 450-pound alligator yesterday. The gator was wandering close to a middle school in Davie County. Officials were able to trap the giant reptile with help from Florida Fish and Wildlife and a group from the Wildlife Conservation Commission. Police say they've received calls about this particular gator before, but were not able to track it down until now. Dozens of dogs are looking for a new forever home after being saved from a hoarder in Arizona. All 40 dogs were inside one home. They're small breeds, mostly terrier, poodle, and chihuahua mixes. All of them are relatively young, the oldest around 4 years old. The dogs are now being held at Pima Animal Care Center in Tucson, where the staff says they will all appear to be in good health and they just really need some grooming.
I mean, this was a pretty serious situation. This was a smaller home with 40 dogs living in it.
The center says the owner agreed to give up the animals and let the medical staff provide care and a much-needed bath. An elderly couple in Oklahoma have become darlings online after posing for a photo shoot inspired by The Notebook. Clemma and Sterling Elmore are celebrating 57 years of marriage, and their photographer said she immediately thought of The Notebook when she saw them together. And to no one's surprise, the adorable photos are going viral.
Manatee County Sheriff's Office has an honorary deputy on the force. Check out the little deputy in training here. The Sheriff's Office shared photos of this tyke on its Facebook page. He has his own car properly labeled with the Sheriff's Office logo. All he needs is a uniform and a badge. Right now he's sporting a Harvard shirt. He apparently has some very big goals for the future.
Yeah.
He's pulling over all the other toddlers in the neighborhood, maybe speeding in their little carts.
In their little carts down
Yeah.
the street. That is very cute. Hope he becomes a law enforcement officer,
Yeah.
goes to Harvard, does all that.
Yep.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, some proposed changes to Fruitville Road in Sarasota.
Why bicycle riders are upset with the plans for one stretch of that road. That story coming up.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ for only $299 per month, or a 2016 Lincoln MKX, Lincoln's premium sports utility vehicle for $339 per month. We also have a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Drive with the confidence of a 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, family owned and operated, and winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.